Big accidents in life.
We discovered after accident from you.
My pranams to all Atmajyotis, divine light of self. Let us further explore the purpose of life. Let us look at our own life. What do we want in life? What are we seeking? I want a job, right? I want money. Somebody wants to get married. Somebody wants health. So everything is I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. But why do you want? If I get something, I'll be happy. The happiness seems to be the purpose for wanting anything. To be happy, I want something. So always the condition is by getting something, I'll be happy. Happiness seems to be the goal, and getting something seems to be the means. But problem with this approach is whatever you get, the happiness you get will be temporary. Again, something else will open up. Somebody is studying hard. Why? Wants to get a good job. Okay, he got a good job. Within 6 months, he's worried now. I want to get a good appraisal. I want to get a good hike. Right? So continuously, the happiness seems to be moving away from us. And we are constantly chasing happiness. I always remember a Hindi song. Honge kamyab ek din. He'll be successful one day in getting happiness, catching hold of happiness. This seems to be our pursuit of life. Okay, so got happiness. But then every happiness is temporary. Then we want something permanent. So you have to add an adjective called permanent happiness. Even though we understand that there is no permanent happiness, but we are constantly seeking permanent happiness. So happiness, permanent happiness. Then second aspect of our life is we want to know something. We are curious. Always. Everybody is curious about something. There are gossip parties at home. Right? Somebody wants to know something about somebody's life and they gossip. There are gossip, there's a discussion about politics, there's discussion about sports. Everywhere we want to get some information, knowledge. And somebody wants to read the newspaper from the headline all the way to obituary column. Somebody wants to read books. We want to acquire knowledge. Right? As much as possible. And in the current era, is it possible to how much knowledge you can acquire? There's no limit. So I remember one story of a Rishi called Bharadwaj Rishi. So Bharadwaj Rishi was a great scholar in Vedas. He had read all the Vedas, but still he was not satisfied. And when he became old, he approached 100 years, he prayed to God to extend his life by 100 years. Why? Is it? I want to learn so many things. I have not yet completed that. So God blessed him with 100 more years. Even that 100 more years of study was not sufficient for him. Again, he asked for 100 more years. Now the God says, "Oh Bharadwaj, Look at the mountains. Vedas are like mountains. Whatever you have studied so far is less than one fistful. Even if I give 100 lifetimes, you can't study all those things. You're trying to study something which is unlimited. Why don't you study something related to self realization, which will give you inner peace and satisfy your hunger for knowledge? Once you know about yourself, there's nothing else to be known. Why don't you focus on that? Bharadwaj was very surprised and started his inner journey of journey of self-discovery. So we are looking for three things: knowledge, happiness, and permanent happiness. And of course, we want everything permanent, right? Our health should be permanent, good health should be permanent, our wealth should be permanent, our relationship should be permanent. Everything permanent seems to be the some our what we want. Dil mangta hai. Permanent. So permanent, happiness, and knowledge. These are three buzzwords. Hmm? And why do we seek this? Why do you want this? Deep inside, we know that something called permanent, something called happiness, and something called knowledge, unlimited knowledge, is achievable. And that drives our outer search. What our understanding is correct. The permanence, happiness, and knowledge, eternal knowledge, or infinite knowledge is possible. But the approach is wrong. You cannot get happiness, permanent happiness, or complete knowledge by moving outwards. I had told you earlier, this is the outer purpose of life. In that outer purpose, you cannot get these fully. You will get some partial satisfaction. For real satisfaction to happen, you need to move inwards because your inner nature is divine, the divine self. You are of the nature of light of the self, Atma Jyoti. Go inwards, then you will discover something very, very valuable inside. And that valuable is called God, Supreme Reality. That light of the self is of the nature of Sat, means permanent, truth, eternal. Chit means consciousness or knowledge. And Ananda means bliss. There is something inside you which is of the nature of eternal bliss, infinite knowledge. Search for that. And your outer search is futile. This you can get only through inner search, through jnana, knowledge of the self, Atma Jnana, and dhyana, meditation. Go deep inside you. You'll find Sat, Chit, Ananda, which is of the nature of God, which is of the nature of supreme bliss, eternal bliss, and infinite knowledge deep inside. So that is the inner journey. That is the purpose of life, inner purpose of life.